When you begin to wait on the Lord, you enter your tribe. I used to pursue men of God for impartation until I knew the technology. I say, now so they work. Sometimes I lock myself for 8 months. Yes, I said 8 months. I didn't say 8 days. You don't know how to run. In 1 year, I've spoken to more than 7 million people. I came out of 8 years of waiting. I didn't come here because you like me. You have no choice. Do you know how many preachers are in Nigeria? How do you think you can compete? My name was echoed into your ear. And the leadership, when they sat down, they could not. Even if I say I'm not coming, you will beg. This is not pride. I'm teaching you how to walk in dominion. Because when you enter your tribe, men can look at you and they are saying Catherine Kuhlman. Yes. Suddenly, they look at you and they see Benson in the house. You know why? His shield is on the neck of David. And when you entered, you wore it. You wore it. So you are walking on your campus, you are like an angel among men. The thing is that you have entered your tribe. That's what John did. He knew that he was supposed to be the voice of the one crying in the wilderness. But that's not enough. He needed to come in the spirit of Elijah. So he left. The Bible said in Luke chapter 1 verse 80 that he was in the wilderness until the day of his showing forth. And when John the Baptist was coming out of the wilderness, what they saw was Elijah. I stopped pursuing men. There's nothing wrong with impartation. But if it will take my time, I'd rather spend it in God's presence. Because there was a time I waited in the spirit until a hand came into my room and pulled me out of my room and took me back in time. And he stood me at a door and I was watching. And this was Reverend Chris Oyakilome at the age of 17. And he said, watch his life. Reverend Chris, when he was 17, I was not yet born. How come? I went back in time. God wanted to connect me to a dimension. And I saw how he locked the door, spent time alone, studying books, praying for nations. When I came back, I don't need to meet him to teach me how he made it. If I sustain the discipline, I will walk in the same dimension. You don't know. You can enter a tribe today. You will bring Benson in the house back to your campus. When you roar, it's the same impact, the same output, because you mastered the technology of waiting. This is where men become invincible and immortals. When John entered the spirit, he said, I was in the Isle of Patmos for the testimony of the word of the Lord and of his kingdom. I was in the spirit on the Lord's day, and I heard a voice behind me like as of a trumpet. And as I turned, that is a migration from flesh to spirit. As I turned, I saw 7 golden lampstands. And it continued. And the second time the voice came, he said, a door opened in heaven. And as I entered, migration. When they carried him around heaven, he saw the angel shining. He wanted to worship him, and the angel said, no, I am your brother. You are walking on earthly corridors, I'm walking on heavenly corridors, but we are one. That means if John enters a service, he can invoke his brother. You don't know. Your advantage is not in your charisma. Your advantage is in the mountain of Zion. When you enter there, you partner with your light. Some of you are running after people, wasting time. You don't know that you are the next after Babadola. You have no idea that that mantle is vacant. The dealings that God is putting you through is because this is the only path through which you can enter that mantle. They can lay hands on you 10 times. It will not confer a mantle. Mantles are determined by consecrations and dealings. So God has earmarked 10 people and is teaching them the way of that mantle. And This one comes today, you go and fornicate, you come and say, Lord, I'm sorry. He will forgive you, but you'll be a child. The person that satisfies the claims of divine justice will come to a point where that mantle will download.